Roger McPherson joins me now, and he is with Be Kind Regina. Are there random acts of kindness happening in our city?
Yes, there are.
Woohoo!
Yeah, it's kind of exciting. It's fun.
It is. It is. We always hear about negatives. We always talk about negatives. So what's this all about?
Well, it's interesting. It started as an advertising idea that was going to eventually promote a business. And then as we began to start the process, as this idea took form and took life, we realized we don't need to promote the business. We need to promote the activity for a while and just see how that works. And eventually we'll come around behind it and let everybody know whose idea this was. But the neat thing about it is that you're exactly right. You don't see enough of that sort of thing happening. And to give people the opportunity to just go out and do something spontaneous for somebody else, it feels good to do that. And, you know, we're trying to get that idea going.
Well, we all know that it feels good when you do something nice.
Yeah.
And it feels great when you're the recipient. So it's kind of win-win, isn't it?
It is. And what we really found is that the more of it you do, the more you actually change the attitude of the person involved. Both the recipient, certainly, as you said, gets something out of it. But what we've been learning is the people who actually do it get as much out of it. And it's interesting. I guess you could speculate that we spend so much time in life worrying about our own little set of priorities that we don't often think outside the box and think about doing something for somebody else. And I think when we do that, we experience something that if you could get everybody doing it, even just once a week, can you imagine the difference?
Just imagine, just once a week, do something nice for somebody when you don't expect anything in return.
We'll even give you a little encouragement. If you get out there and put it on video and submit it to our website, if it gets enough votes, if people think it was cool, you could win $1,000. So you will get something for doing it.
And that's great. That's a good spin-off to get something for doing it. But better spin-off is for more people to go out and do something good. Yeah,
we're kind of looking forward to this thing is just in its initial stages. And we've got some local celebrities, some well-known people that we're going to involve in doing some of these things. And later on in the fall, when we get back into the school season, we do have 2 high schools lined up that are going to compete with one another to see what they can do to get the word out of promoting random acts of kindness. So we're kind of excited about getting 2,000 or 3,000 high school kids out there doing this stuff too.
Well, and what a great group to work with, because they affect so many things and so many people. I want to take a look, actually, if our control room can cue something. I'd like to take a look at a video of something that has been done.
Sure.
Can we do that?
Yep.
We're going to try and buy some lunches today as our random act of kindness with Victoria Park in Regina. We're going to walk over here to the hot dog stand and see if we can surprise a few people with a little pay it forward idea. So this is all part of the Be Kind Regina program. Let's go and try it and see what happens.
What a very special time for me.
Have you paid for your lunch yet?
Not yet, no.
Well, I'm going to do that for you. This is part of a little initiative we're doing. We're performing some random acts of kindness, and we're just going to do that because we want to.
Well, isn't that nice? Well, thank you very much.
You're entirely welcome. You just pay that forward. We're just doing this because we want to.
Yes.
There's a URL there. You can look it up. It's all part of the Be Kind Regina program. So pay it forward. Hey, you just get me the bills for these people.
Are you serious?
I am totally serious.
Wow. That's totally awesome.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I learned I better lose some weight. They say television adds a lot of weight to you. I noticed that. You know what, one of the neat things about that particular thing is that that lady who ran the hot dog stand was very skeptical until I pulled out some money and gave it to her.
Oh, I suppose.
And I remember there was a lady across the hot dog stand watching this whole thing going on, and she just stared. she couldn't believe that anybody would do something like this. And, you know, I want to make sure that I pass some of these out while I'm here talking to you. So these are some Be Kind Regina cards, just to remind you that the program is out there. And if you look on the back side, it tells you to pay it forward.
There you go.
So. It
does. That is so neat. And I love watching the people look at the cards and going, okay, is this for real? And that's everybody's response, immediate response, because, whoa, wait a minute, nobody does something for nothing.
But that's the whole point. And I think that if we could get more and more people to take that idea and just put it to the test, it's amazing how much it changes your perspective. And, you know, to do something for somebody else, even though you're in the midst of a lot of other personal issues and priorities and whatever the turmoil that's going on in your life, usually you can find a little release by just going and doing something nice for somebody else. And, you know, if we could get that going, can you imagine what effect it might have on the whole community?
So you're inviting people to put their thinking caps on, figure out something that they could do to pay it forward, to give to somebody without any expectation that they would get something back, and hopefully videotape it, and then it can be put on your website.
Exactly. And anything as crazy as it sounds that you can think of, is we've even got a crew out this afternoon ringing doorbells and running. And as the people come to the door, there's a fresh bouquet of flowers there for them.
How nice is that?
And so we just think it's kind of cool to do stuff like that. And, you know, any neat idea you can come up with works.
That is so great. So what if I don't have a video camera, though?
You can also submit a story on the website. We've actually got an increasing number of stories showing up on the website, and some of them are really good. Some of them will tug at your heartstrings a little bit, but oftentimes it's something as simple as, you know, the kids went out and baked cookies for an elderly neighbor just because we thought maybe we should try that. And when you hear about these stories and you see some of the responses of the recipients, it tells you something. We're doing something people don't expect.
Well, when you think about, I mean, I recall this past winter coming home one day and finding that my driveway was clear. And who did that? I, to this day, am not sure which neighbor did it, but I'm assuming one did. Nobody owned up to it. It's such a great feeling. You just feel, special. And it just makes you want to do something nice for someone else.
Yeah, that was on our agenda this winter too. Maybe you were a recipient, I don't know.
Maybe I was. So people can submit their videos, submit their stories, and win have a chance to win $1,000.
Yep. Looking forward to seeing more of them.
That's great. And I love the idea of bringing the high schools into this. Young people are often accused of thinking of no one but themselves, and won't this just turn things around?
Well, I'm hoping so. The teachers sure like the idea too, so who knows?
Yeah, it sounds great. You know, Roger, this is kind of initiative. Do we need more of that in our world?
Well, I guess you could argue this philosophically on a lot of levels, but as we said earlier, I think so often we get so caught up in our own agendas and pursuing our own personal goals that a lot of times, I mean, you see it in lots of different forms. I couldn't help but notice yesterday as I was driving to work, there were people impatient in traffic. And, you know, you saw that and you said to yourself, you know, I wonder what has happened to the world that we've become so focused on our own agendas that we forget that we live side by side with a lot of other people, you know. And if we just take the time to do something for somebody else, it feels so good, it changes you. It really does make a difference. And the difference it makes mostly is to the person doing it, I think.
Be Kind Regina. Pay it forward. Check it out on the web. Get yourself involved. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
And please stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Talk of the Town.
How'd that go?